So what comes to your mind when you think of Christmas?
Word of the word.
When I think of Christmas in America, I'm usually thinking of huge Christmas trees with festive ornaments, fireplaces and Christmas jingles, lots of exploratory shopping until you finally just give up and you get your mom the mug, you get your dad the sweater, and you get your friend a gift card, right? That's the American Christmas that we've come to expect. It's sort of like a movie. Snow is falling, everyone is spending, but you, you're struggling financially or with your health? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that you're missing out on all of the fun that everyone is having, supposedly. Now, what if I told you that the story of Christmas in the Bible was a little less picture perfect and yet the most empowering, joyful story for those of us who don't have it all together this Christmas? You see, in the Gospel of Luke, there's this story of these shepherds who are out in the field at night with their sheep. And all of a sudden, an angel shows up, and the angel tells them, "Don't be afraid. I bring good news that will cause great joy for all the people. Today, in the town of David, a Savior has been born to you. He's the Messiah, the Lord. This will be the sign to you. You will find a baby wrapped in cloths and lying in a manger." A baby. How amazing is that? Jesus is God, and God has come down to earth, becoming a human, just like one of us. This is what Colossians 1:15 says. It says, the Son, speaking of Jesus, is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn over all creation. So God is invisible, he's spirit, right? We can't see him, but Jesus is the image of the invisible God. So now God has made himself a body. He's incarnate. He's on this earth. He's experiencing the same world that we live in. Hebrews 1:3 says that the Son, Jesus, is the radiance of God's glory and the exact representation of his being, sustaining all things by his powerful word. God stooped down to our human level. Philippians 2:7 says that he made himself nothing by taking the very nature of a servant, being made in human likeness. Now, you might see that I'm pretty excited about this, and it's because the implications of this are huge. Notice what this means for us. Our God has been here. He's been on this earth, and he knows what we're going through. In John 11, it says that when Jesus' friend Lazarus died, Jesus wept. Jesus knows what it's like to feel pain. Our God understands us. He gets us, right? And we see that Jesus also had to fight against temptation of sin. In Hebrews 4:15, it says that we do not have a high priest who is unable to empathize with our weaknesses. We have one who has been tempted in every way, just as we are, yet he did not sin. So Jesus too had to learn how to resist temptation. And finally, Jesus faced the cruel injustice of this world firsthand, right? He was killed by the hypocritical religious leaders of his day who got him killed for doing nothing wrong. And so when you think of it, it makes sense why God would come to this earth in a manger, right? Remember what the angel said. You will find a baby wrapped in cloths and lying in a manger. So a manger holds food for barn animals. Yes, Jesus was born in a place for animals. Jesus' parents had nowhere to stay, and that was the only place available. It was not a palace, and it wasn't the picture-perfect, cozy room with a fireplace, but this makes sense. The whole mission of God was coming down to earth in the form of Jesus so that he could be closer to us. The biblical story of Christmas isn't about fantasizing that this world is perfect. But here's what Jesus says in John 16:33. He says, I've told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world, you will have trouble. And boy, is this world full of trouble. But look, take heart. I have overcome the world. And so Jesus will never leave us. And he knows that this world can get crazy and chaotic, but through his strength, we can face this world and overcome. In 1 Peter 5:7, it says that we should cast all our anxiety on him because he cares for us. A God who cares, who knows what we're going through and gives us the peace to get through it. And that is something to be joyful about. One of Jesus's names is Emmanuel, which means God with us. That is the real reason why Christmas is special. Not because this world is great, but because the great and powerful God lives in us. So for those of you who haven't started your relationship with Jesus, I'll link a video somewhere here where you can take that step with me and we could take that step together. It's the best decision you'll ever make. And since we're in a festive mood, hit that subscribe button, put on some cozy slippers, and I'll see you next time. Have a blessed day.